Hello, Nigeria. I am Becky Madujemu. Welcome to Newsline. We recorded a win this week, the best possible update to a story about a little girl featured a few weeks ago is in the bag. You'll be so happy at the turn of events, just like a fairy tale. There are several celebrations on the line. A parade of identical twins is worth the wait. Who doesn't love twins? It's almost like asking, who doesn't love a good wedding? Or, should I say, some romantic weddings. As for the festivals, the yam was again certified fit for the eating by custodians of tradition, while a royal event in Benin Kingdom climaxed with the presentation of a historic publication. If you don't know how we do it, it's always the news first. Jumai Yusuf is over to you for that. Happy Sunday.
Very much, Becky, and a warm welcome to me to Abuja. Governor Ibukule Amosun of Ogun State is reassuring Nigerians of his irrevocable commitment to the APC, describing insinuations in some quarters about his purported defection from the governing party as baseless, unfounded and mischievous. The governor made the clarification while speaking to NTA News after an audience with President Muhammadu Buhari behind closed doors. State House correspondent Adamu Sambo reports that Governor Amosun was accompanied by the Elake of Egbaland and Chairman Ogun State Council of Obas, Oba Adedotun Aremu Gbadikpo. Apart from restating the allegiance to the APC, the governor also promised to ensure the re-election of President Muhammadu Buhari in the forthcoming general elections.
I'm not with President Muhammadu Buhari because he's the president. No, it's not. In fact, it doesn't have anything to do with politics. So we will stick with him through thin and thin. We will. So I want them to know that we are not going anywhere. I'm going to be in APC. We are in APC, and even when after his second term, which by the grace of God and the support of all Nigerians, he will win.
President was my boss in the army and in Dodan Barracks, and so this is a routine visit to him. And thank God for the way the country is recovering economically, and to pray that he should work even harder for peace and prosperity for the country, especially Ogun State.
Ogun is very peaceful and it's a very progressive state, and Ogun is Baba Buhari's state, and we cannot allow anything to happen contrary to our wishes for him for a second term in office.
Meanwhile, Vice President Yomi Oshibajo has described the Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamide Adeyemi, as a true leader, a worthy Yoruba leader and father whose intellect, prowess and commitment to the Yoruba cause is unparalleled. He said this in Ibadan during the launch of a book, The Alaafin of Oyo, in commemoration of the monarch's 80th birthday. Adebola Ogulano reports.
The book of 278 pages was a compilation of memo, papers and speeches of the monarch. The 7 sections book was reviewed by Professor Anthony Ashiwaju. Vice President Yemi Osinbajo said Oba Lamide Adeyemi has served the Yoruba race with complete faithfulness and sacrifice in the past 47 years on the throne. This is demonstrated by words, deeds and personal sacrifice.
Even in sophistication of language, in the rendition of traditional poetry, of programs and ideas, in dress, in dance, and in the deployment of a deep knowledge of the history, not just of the Yorubas of Nigeria, but the Yoruba-speaking people everywhere. The Alaafin has demonstrated true depth and dexterity.
Former President Goodluck Jonathan's message said the monarch is an equitential leader whose contribution to the national development is impressive. Governor Abiola Ajimobi says the monarch has helped his administration in the last 7.5 years.
Our Korean, you are a genius in reality.
The monarch, Alaafin of Oyo, Oba Lamide Olaiwola Adeyemi III, promised not to relent in his contribution to national integration and development. In Ibadan, Adebola Ogulano. NTA News.
As part of his media engagement in London, the Information and Culture Minister Lai Mohammed was guest to the London-based weekly magazine, The Economist. Anthony Forson reports.
This magazine was founded in 1843. It has an editorial stance of classical and economic liberalism. It is targeted at the highly educated, cultured readers, influential executives, and policymakers. With a house style, editorial policy, and mission, issues that dominated the engagement with the Information and Culture Minister, Lai Mohammed, centered around fighting corruption and building the Nigerian economy.
And as expected, the Economist is actually very well briefed about the progress, we've made. And like I told the Economist, that the 2019 election is a stark choice between going back to the corrupt ways of the PDP and moving forward and a future where the nation's resources will be used for the benefit of Nigerians. It also offered me the opportunity to tell them, and they concur that with what we've been able to achieve in terms of infrastructure development, the fact that in 2 years the government had invested about $7.5 billion on roads, bridges, power, and the like, and the fact that the business environment is now much more friendly than it used to be before.
Just after his engagement with the Economist, Associate Press placed a call through to the minister, also wanting to know the true story in Nigeria.
They also wanted to know more about the aid worker that was killed, and we explained to them that we did what any responsible government would do to save the lives of these aid workers, that the channels of communication are still open, and they will continue to talk to them. They wanted to know a bit also more about the Boko Haram. We explained to them. They wanted to know a bit more about the farmer-herdsmen clashes, which we afforded them the same explanation. And I think overall I'm quite glad that we made this trip, because we've been able to change the narrative, talking to these major media networks and outlets and these think tanks. I think is going to help in their further better understanding of Nigerian issues.
Lai Mohammed, since he arrived in London, has been engaging global media organizations who have made their platforms available for the Nigerian government spokesman to tell the Nigerian story under the President Muhammadu Buhari's administration. In London, Anthony Forson, NTA News.
And back home, the All Progressive Congress APC says the party under the national chairmanship of Comrade Adams Oshomole is in safe hands as it marches sure-footedly to victory in 2019 general elections. In a statement, the party says Comrade Oshomole did not become national chairman of the party to bring it down, but to deploy his capacity to strengthen and reposition the APC to be a truly supreme and disciplined political party. The statement added that overall, Comrade Oshomole has not, since stepping in the saddle, taken any unilateral decision in the running of the affairs of the party, noting that all decisions so far taken pass through the mills of the National Working Committee deliberative sessions. The statement signed by the Chief Press Secretary to the National Chairman, Simon Egbebulum, said Comrade Oshomole assured all stakeholders of the APC of his respect and readiness to work with them for the good of the party. Meanwhile, the federal government has demanded for full autopsy and investigation from the Kenyan government into the killing of a Nigerian, Mr. Bamiyo Ashade, allegedly killed by the Kenyan police. A statement by Abdurrahman Balogun, media aide to Abike Dabri Erewa, senior special assistant to the President on Foreign Affairs and Diaspora, says the reported killing was contained in the briefing by the Nigerian ambassador in Kenya, Shady Momo. Nigerians and indeed the world are in for a world-class coverage at the 2019 general elections with the Nigerian Television Authority. The largest television network is repositioning to offer clean, clear and professional services using advanced broadcast technology and well-trained personnel. John Yakuk reports.
Technology continues to advance. New innovations are being adopted in all aspects of human endeavor. The broadcast sector is one where technology has continued to play a major role. As a leading broadcast outfit in Africa, NTA is adopting these technologies not only to meet international best practices but also satisfy the nation. This crop of engineers and reporters from across all NTA stations in the country are in Abuja to train on TVU backpack to facilitate on-the-spot reportage from remote locations.
We have gotten the basics on the overview of the TVU pack.
It's more efficient and reliable considering timely reporting.
It will make our reportorial and our reportage easier, less cumbersome, fast, accurate, and above all, precise.
The more than 100 participants at the two-day training are being acquainted with the latest TVU equipment.
I said once we have quite good time before the elections. Hopefully we're gonna do another training when we deploy the system in NTA here.
We will deploy the right equipment and the right people who are equally equipped with the skills to carry out that coverage. We believe we will deliver a very good coverage for the elections come 2019.
The training is expected to enable NTA cover every local government during next year's general elections. In Abuja, John Yaku, NTA News.
And now to security matters. The Nigerian police force has deployed special intervention force to restore lasting peace to Kasuwa Magani area in Kujuru local government area of Kaduna State. First Public Relations Officer, Acting Deputy Commissioner of Police Jimo Moshood, disclosed this while parading notorious gangs of kidnappers and armed robbery suspects in Abuja. The first correspondent, Olajide Bello, reports.
Following Thursday, 18th October's communal crisis at Kasuwa Magani in Kaduna State that claimed 55 lives, the Inspector General of Police, Ibrahim Idris, has deployed Assistant Inspector General of Police Zone 7 headquarters in charge of Kaduna, Niger and the Federal Capital Territory to lead 4 units of police mobile force, specially trained anti-riot policemen, counter-terrorism unit, Intelligence Response Team and State Intelligence Bureau to restore normalcy and peace to the affected areas.
To achieve success in the operation, the force will be proactive and strict in the enforcement of its mandate, the police standard operation procedure and rules of engagement. The force will ensure also the full enforcement of the curfew imposed on Kasuwa Magani and environment by the Kaduna State government.
The personnel of the Police Special Intervention Force is to also carry out 24-hour surveillance and patrol, stop and search, continuous raids of identified criminal hideouts with a view towards arresting perpetrators. The Nigeria Police Force says it will not relent in its renewed commitment of combating crime in the country while calling on Nigerians to dissuade from giving false information but rather continue to give useful tip-offs to enhance the effective discharge of its constitutional responsibilities. In Abuja, Olajide Bello, NTA News.
And now let's join the Executive Governor of Kaduna State, Nasir El-Rufai, to discuss this and many others. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Your Excellency, why did you find it necessary to impose a 24-hour curfew in Kaduna State, city and environs?
Well, as you are aware, on Saturday, we had a breakdown of law and order in Kasuwa Magani in Kajuru local government. This was largely contained by yesterday by the combined efforts of the Nigerian Police and the Nigerian Army. I visited the area. I commiserated with those that lost relations as well as property and imposed a curfew to enable the security agencies carry out mob-up operations. In Kasuwa Magani, we lost 55 lives and a lot of property in the market. Most of the victims were visitors to the market, which is an important market in that part of the state. We thought that things would get better, but today this problem has spread to Kujama, and subsequently there were rumors and stampedes within parts of Kaduna metropolis. And we thought that to contain this from deteriorating, we imposed a curfew within Kaduna metropolis to enable the security agencies preserve law and order. Unfortunately, a life had been lost. One person has been killed in Kaduna metropolis, and several people wounded, though not very seriously. But the curfew has helped in preserving law and order. I have reports from the police that things are calm now. I'm not in Kaduna, but I'm rushing back tonight to be on ground to see what can be done to normalize the situation.
It's really sad what's happened. So what other measures have you taken to ensure security of lives and property so far?
Well, I want to express gratitude to President Muhammad Buhari, the Inspector General of Police, and the Chief of Army Staff for ensuring that we have the security assets of the federal government to enforce law and order. We are taking steps to ensure that all those that have been arrested in connection with the violence in Kasuwa Magani, as well as those arrested or to be arrested in connection with the outbreak in Kujama and in parts of Kaduna, are brought to justice as quickly as possible. The reason why we've had repeated outbreaks of violence in Kaduna and other states in Nigeria is because of very slow speed of prosecution of culprits. We had this problem in Kasuwa Magani in February. We arrested over 63 persons involved, and the wheels of justice have been grinding slowly. If these people had been convicted, maybe we would not have had the outbreak we have now. Now we have to vigorously enforce the law and ensure that those that are involved in this, those that are behind it, and those that stood by while it happened are prosecuted and brought to justice. I think that is the only way we can show that there is authority and the government has monopoly of violence in the area. Subsequently, of course, we have to continue to work on peace building and assuring people that every Nigerian has the right to live wherever he wishes to live. No one is a stranger, no one is an indigent or settler. We are all citizens of Nigeria and we have equal rights to be where we want to be. It is only through building of peace and tolerance of people of different religions and ethnicities that this country will make progress and move forward. This is our duty as government to continue to preach this with the support and help of the establishment, the traditional and religious establishments. To this end, I have convened a meeting of the State Council of Chiefs as well as other community leaders to take place this week on the suggestion of the Emir of Zazzau, and we are going to emphasize the need for tolerance, peaceful coexistence, and peace building.
Thank you so much, Governor Nasir, for coming on the program. Thank you so much. We hope that peace returns to Kaduna State. Moving on, still on a sad note, former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Idris Kutigi, has passed on. Late Justice Kutigi was the Chief Justice of Nigeria from January 30, 2007 until December 2009. He was born on December 31, 1939 in Kutigi, now in the Lovon local government area of Niger State. Justice Kutigi served as Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Niger State until 1976, when he was appointed High Court Judge. He served in that position for more than a decade and later joined the Supreme Court in 1992. After 10 years at the Supreme Court, and based on the recommendation of the National Judicial Council, he was appointed by former President Olusegun Obasanjo to succeed Justice Saliu Alfa Bagore as the Chief Justice of Nigeria. Justice Idris Legbo Kutigi was chairman of the 2014 National Conference convened by former President Goodluck Jonathan.
Of the solution to find lawyers to the government. That's why the government of Northern Nigeria set up this legal course. Those were training. But not only Nigeria, there were very few of us in the legal profession those days, even at the regional level. That one or two.
Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari extends heartfelt condolence to the Kutigi family on the passing of the former Chief Justice of Nigeria, Justice Idris Legbo Kutigi. The president also commiserated members of the judiciary and legal profession, the government and people of Niger State on the death of the eminent jurist, saying he will be remembered for his visionary roles and contribution in public, a strong, independent and impartial judiciary in the country. He prayed Almighty God to comfort Kutigi's family, friends and associates and grant eternal rest to the soul of the departed. Meanwhile, President Muhammadu Buhari has expressed profound sadness over the death of the former chairman of Revenue Mobilization Allocation and Fiscal Commission, Engineer Hamman Tukur. Tukur, a former managing director of the defunct National Electric Power Authority, is credited with the introduction of monetization policy in government, a scheme that substantially streamlined and brought down the cost of governance in Nigeria, urging Nigerians to emulate Tukur's enviable record of serving a life of sacrifice. The president prayed that the Almighty God will receive the gentle soul of the deceased and grant his family members the fortitude to bear the loss. And now to sports update. All is now set for the hosting of 2019 Lagos Marathon Race as Southwest Zonal elimination of the 19th National Sports Festival winds down at the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium, Ibadan. Here is Gift George with sports update.
The Lagos State government is set to break a record of 150,000 participants during a forthcoming Lagos City Marathon race scheduled for February next year. The governor of Lagos State, Akinwumi Ambode, and other stakeholders plans are to use the race to drive the economic growth of Lagos and to discover long-distance runners that can compete favorably in other international competitions.
And then drive the Nigerian economy to a different direction that creates positive energy. And when you come to this kind of gathering and you're able to now see the private sector, sports people, it means that there's still hope in this country.
The live coverage this time around, NTA must take the lead because that is the biggest eyeball.
All is now set for the 4th edition of the Legacy National Volleyball Tournament to be hosted in Lagos at the Indoor Sports Hall of the National Stadium, Lagos. The organizer in a press briefing told sports journalists that this edition will be bigger than previous ones in the area of participating teams, sponsorship and cash prizes.
A lot of players that have represented Nigeria or that are representing Nigerian team, national team, they're going to be in one team or the other, and so it's going to be highly competitive. 3
clubs from other African countries are expected to participate in the edition. States in the Southwest Zone, excluding Osun, converged on the Obafemi Awolowo Stadium in Ibadan to participate in the team event elimination of the forthcoming 19th National Sports Festival holding in Abuja later this year. They participated in 9 team events comprising ball, stick and abula, a traditional sport.
We will do our best to ensure that we win all the ball games.
For the first time, because of this elimination, we have the beach court now in this stadium, which is an asset that can develop our beach volleyballers.
With sports update, Gift George, NTA News.
Now, a quick look at the weather picture across the country.
Welcome to today's weather update. As we gradually approach the rainfall cessation, the dry northeasterly winds has dominated most areas across the north, reducing the moisture content of these areas. And as such, we expect the extreme north, the central part of the country, including some parts of the inland areas, to be cloudy to partly cloudy in the morning. Although there are possibilities of morning thunderstorms over southern Taraba, some parts of Port Harcourt, Calabar, Yenagoa and Eket axis in the morning. Progressing into the afternoon hours, the extreme north is expected to be mostly partly cloudy in the afternoon to sunny, while there are possibilities of afternoon thunderstorms scattered over the central areas, the inland cities of the south, down to the coastal belt. Up next is our temperature forecast. Thank you for staying tuned.
And now it's time to take our first break. Becky will be back with Newsline after this time out. I am Jumma Yusuf. Good evening.
Some can think but have no sense. Sister, good morning. I have everything. Can you come to my shop? Beautiful. Yeah. She's using my Kumago to take my costume. Totally. We'll do something.
50% discount. Yeah.
Thank you.
Madam, please come inside.
Shut up your mouth.
So you don't know that with low orgasm, you can upload your market and get as many customers as you want?
You useless! I said, if you do what you want, you get great.
With Glow Orgasm, enjoy 125% more data to get ahead. Dial *777#, the largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.
Happy retirement, Uncle. So what's the plan for retirement? Any ideas yet?
Fumi, I really do not know. But I do know I want to see the world with your auntie.
If you are newly retired or about to retire, think no further than the FBN Insurance Guaranteed Lifetime Retirement Income Plan. Visit www.fbninsurance.com.
Wow, that's salary for life.
Exactly, Uncle.
These are exciting times for broadcasting in Africa. Digital switchover is sweeping the continent. The content revolution is booming. Technology is evolving at the speed of light, and Africa is ready for business. The National Broadcasting Commission is set to host the 12th Biennial International Conference, an exhibition of Africa broadcasters. Africast 2018 in Abuja, Nigeria. Participants will experience 3 days of world-class exposition, showcasing the very best in creativity, innovation, and technological advancements in global broadcast and media ecosystem. Theme: the dynamics of broadcasting in the digital era. Date: Tuesday 23rd to Thursday 25th October 2018. Venue: Abuja Sheraton Hotels and Towers. Time: 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Register today to experience Africast 2018. You will be glad that you did. For inquiries, email africastabuja@nbc.gov.ng. NBC, your right to quality broadcasting. Management announcer.
Small fish in a big pond, but lights, camera, action, and we go beyond. This is our time, we on MTN and Pulse. No, we refuse, so now we can wave our banner. Yo, get ready for what we have to offer from Texas Sports. We got it on Impulse. I say signs. We got it on Impulse. Silence again. We got it on Impulse. Yo, Impulse. The stage is set, so let's own it. They say be this, they say be that, but all we want to be is just us, man. Facts.
Play, explore, and learn with MTN Impulse.
It's morning in Africa, and spirits are high as the continent prepares to move yet another 1 million tons of goods to markets across the seas. 4 time zones, 1 million opportunities, and vibrant young professionals 100 million strong. It's morning in Africa. One bank is opening the door to endless opportunities. With seamless Pan-African payment and trade solutions, presence in Europe, Asia, and the Middle East, we are Africa's gateway to the world. Access Bank. Speed, service, security.
Come on! Keep up with me. Let's go! I'ma keep winning until the world stops spinning. I'ma keep winning until the world stops. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning. Independent women, come on, now let's get it. I'ma keep winning till the world stops spinning.
New styles from Darling. Find your beautiful.
How did I get here? It all started shortly after I graduated from MSTC, the Model Skills Training Center, with a certificate in ICT. I successfully developed a data management program that has been called the software of the future. Thanks to its success, everyone wants it. And as you can see, now everyone wants me. But I'm not alone. The skills training programs at MSTC are equipping young Nigerians to become the next big success story. Whether it's ICT, mechatronics, facility technology, electronics and computer networking, or culinary studies, a certificate at MSTC is the way of the future. And just like me, there he is. Everyone will want you to.
ITF, developing the nation's human resource.
There is a reason Africa is called the new frontier. What was once potential is now an opportunity ready to be seized. Once revered for our resources, today's wealth lies in our people. People who build the cities that shape the future. People who know an idea in one place means business in another. A generation for whom technology means there are no borders, no boundaries. We are the new lions in a brave new world, kings of the urban jungle. And there's a bank that puts the world in our pocket and the future in our hands. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Thanks for staying on the line. Saying that culture and tradition are factors that enhance national unity is stating the obvious, especially in a country like ours, where everyone's essence is rooted in culture. Now, because we are somewhat interconnected when it comes to traditional practices, festivals that celebrate the New Yam are quite common across Nigeria, usually at this time of the year. Annie Daniels, who witnessed one that took place in Lagos a fortnight ago, presents the spectacular excerpts.
It was indeed an endless display of Igbo culture and tradition as showcased by these various cultural groups in Lagos. Wondering what this is all about? Okay, listen.
So our gathering today, we celebrate our New Yam Festival because over there in the east is a very big feast. And we are trying to do it in diaspora so that our children who are not able to go to the east will still understand the importance of the New Yam and the importance of the celebration.
Yes, it is the annual Ewaji festival, that is, cutting of the New Yam in Igbo land. This festival is one held in high esteem by virtually every Igbo son and daughter, home and abroad. The celebrant is Eze Hyacinth Wazulike, the Eze Ndibo of Lagos. And now the moment everybody has been waiting for. He brings us up to speed with the significance of this festival.
The people that don't know their culture don't know where they belong. This is the highest culture of Igbo land, Ewaji New Yam Festival. So that is why it's necessary for we to do it. Yeah.
You could tell it is a day everybody has been looking forward to with the way they were eating the yam. Wait a minute. Why is it yam and not other crops? And why are the yams roasted?
Yam is the king of crops. You can throw cassava stick inside the bush. You may come last year, you harvest the cassava inside. But if you throw yam without maintaining it, you can't get anything. They maintain yam like a child. That's why we valued yam.
If you are taking the yam for the first time, in our Igbo culture, you have to roast it for the first time. So if you roast it, the beer now want to be pounded. Then that part is meant for the soup. Then the roasted one is meant for the oil and the toba.
While conducting these interviews, I observed that the younger generation do not really know much about this festival, like this respondent.
Eze Oraziwe, Eze Ndibo, Lagos State. And what?
We are to promote our
we are here to promote our culture.
I choose all these young ones for them to know the culture that Igbo is beaten in Lagos State. This is how we do it in Igbo land. Most of them don't know what is Ewaji.
We must not allow our culture to die.
Newsline was also informed that the New Yam Festival is not just about promoting the Igbo tradition and culture, but to promote unity amongst Nigerians.
Yorubas, the Hausas, because whenever we are doing this occasion, we will invite all of them with their families to come and share and rejoice with us.
Not even this small chief was left out of the celebration. With this festival, every Igbo son and daughter is now free to eat and give out new yams.
Very interesting. New Yam festivals are always exciting to watch. There is a place in the world called the home of twins. This is not an overstatement. Virtually every home can boast of a set of twins. It is also a thing of pride that this town is in Nigeria. Some of you watching may have heard or been to Abuja in Oyo State, the home of twins. That fertility edge the people have over the rest of the world gets celebrated on a regular basis. Adebola Ogulano reports on the latest.
One of the signposts that directs you to Igbora clearly tells you the peculiarity of this agrarian community. Welcome to the land of the twins. It is not for nothing that the town prides itself as the heavenly blessed land of the twins. Many thanks to Mary Slessor, the skilled humanitarian, exploits in the southeastern part of Nigeria, Calabar, but for our resolve to criminalize killing of twins, the fate of thousands of twins being nurtured to adulthood in Igbora today could have been an instant return to the sender.
Because twins are special brain, they are wonderful children in which Yoruba believe they are Obaomo.
Hardly will you find a family in Igbora without a set of twin or more. At least, our research, we were told, confirmed that for every 1,000 beds, the town records an average of 158 sets of twins. Not even the mysteries or superstitious beliefs surrounding this special being could dissuade the people of Igbora from keeping faith with the age-long tradition of eat amala and ilasa and born twins aplenty.
The main reason behind this is the leaf that I make mention called ilasa. If you eat ilasa, there is no how that you are not going to have twins.
Are you tempted to ask, what is so spectacular about Igbora being home of twins?
I had 2 boys as my first and second attempt, a girl and a boy as third. I have 2 girls the 4th time, and a boy and a girl as my 5th child. To crown it all, I stopped with another set of boys.
My grandfather had twins, my uncle, my aunt. In my family, we have 4 sets of twins, and I'm also blessed.
Little wonder then why the Oyo State government rolled out the drums to celebrate the first ever twins festival in the historic town.
We are here to celebrate what God has done. We are here to celebrate twins because it's unique and it has a lot of tourism potentials.
We are developing a new economy for our nation, and we are using this as a guide that will prevent rural-urban migration as well, and it can revive the rural economy.
The twins, as in the time past, still insist they must go a-begging, dance for their upkeep. How true is it they choose to pinch their tent with the poor rather than the well-to-do?
Then let them dance, take them to the market square to dance.
That's the tradition and the cultural belief in this part of the country. But now that civilization has set in, as a civilized ones don't do it any longer. Like myself, I'm a twin. I don't do it.
Was fabulous. And just to add, the people always say the overconsumption of Ilasa and pounded yam is responsible for the multiple deaths. Just in case you're interested, you can apply that tip. Now, do you remember Miriam, the 5-year-old cute girl whose face caught the attention of a photographer at Oshodi while she was selling bric-a-brac for her mom? Her story was featured here on Newsline about a month ago. Well, it gives us immense joy to announce that her story changed since her story broke. Dotun Ogunyemi will now give us a moving follow-up.
This used to be a part of Miriam's life, mixing with an unusual crowd at the ever-busy Oshodi, assisting her mother to earn a living. Our reunion from Oshodi to her school in Abuja is not without emotions from Miriam, her mother Balikis, Bayo and myself, but we're quick to hug it out, after which Miriam informed us that she was now 6 years old. Now picture this. Miriam is today mixing with a crowd expected of a child her age, as she is now a basic 1 pupil.
What do you like most about school?
I want to come and learn.
So, when you come and learn after school, what do you do?
Go to bed back to home, and I'll go and wash my face and my water bottle.
The effort that has gotten Miriam to school from that single picture has continued to raise funds to support her education and received a boost after the donation of 1 million naira from an anonymous source from Kogi State. Overjoyed and thankful, her mother Balikis says Miriam is now more concerned about doing her homework rather than the prices of toothbrush and cutting boards. To help Miriam stay in school, a non-governmental organization has taken up the responsibility of monitoring her progress.
So between the age of 7 and 11, which is a primary school year, this is the time we intend to work with her, and we have a program already for her, designed for her, which is a counseling. Because beyond the academic understanding and exposure she's having now with this, giving her education, access to education, we intend to take her through mental reorientation.
Miriam's story has inspired Bayo to establish a campaign that seeks to get as many children as possible off the street.
And we hope that the moment we're able to hit our landmark target, which is to get Miriam to a certain level, we'll be able to now accommodate more people. But generally speaking, the feedback has been very great. People are so supportive.
From a photograph to a course to a life-changing story, this journey is a testament that there are still good-spirited Nigerians ready to change the narrative as Miriam goes to school.
Beautiful. Miriam is a star in the making, and we promise to keep you abreast with our progress. That was an interesting first outing, wouldn't you say? Stay glued to your screen for more after this break.
Some can think but have no sense.
Sister, good morning. I have everything. Can you come to my store? Beautiful. Yeah, she's using my go to take my costume. So we will do something.
50% discount. Hey!
Thank you.
Madam, please come inside.
Shut up your mouth.
So you don't know that with no orgasm, you can upload your market and get as many customers as you want?
You useless! I said, you begin where you come. You get great. get me. You see what you have done?
With Glow August, enjoy 125% more data to get ahead. Dial *777#. The largest data network. Glow, grandmasters of data.
All right, kids. Today you're all going to tell me how you all spent your holidays. So the essay will be... Who did that? Who did that?
Fun and excitement of the new school session with great tasting Indomie noodles. Hurry now and get yours. Indomie noodles, tasty nutrition, good for you.
From our wonderful family, meet our active triplets. Mixology, for example, mixes well with drinks. Then enjoy every quick meal with Slurp It Off. And everywhere you go, there is Go-Gurt. Packed with healthy nutrition, nourishing vitamins, power of protein, strength of calcium, revitalizing energy. Hollandia yogurt is bursting with goodness inside and out. Hollandia yogurt, it's all good. Hollandia.
Don't you know? I'm not money, so use them well. Don't you know? I will never let you down. Just a little love, just a little giving. Show some love.
Enjoy free 250 MB every week just by recharging on Airtel Recharge Plus. Dial *479# to know more.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Darling, what's the matter? It's your birthday. Guests are already waiting at the pool.
It's headache, cold, pains all over my body.
Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet and powerful ingredients specially prepared to bring you fast relief from headache, body ache, cough, flu, cold, and fever. Baby, how are you feeling now?
Wow, I feel great thanks to Cold Time Tablet.
Cold Time Tablet also available in syrup for children. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult your doctor. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, a quality product from Embassy Pharmaceutical and Chemicals Limited. Cold Time Anti-Cold Tablet, your visa to healthy living.
Welcome back. His Royal Highness Oba Ewari II of Benin Kingdom has marked 2 years on the throne of his fathers with several legacies to show for his greatness. The presentation of a book, The Benin Monarchy, an anthology of Benin history, was among highlights of the well-attended event where Nigeria's president was capably represented. Ifoma Okafo brings details.
Also known as the Red Book, the 20-chapter, 599-page compendium captures the history of Benin Kingdom in its details. His Royal Majesty Oba Ewari II says the book is intended to put the history of Benin Kingdom in perspective and end the era of distortions of historical facts of Benin.
To summarize everything I have said and would have liked to say about this special book, it is a great tribute to a great culture and a great history of a great people.
On hand to appreciate the efforts is a galaxy of personalities from the private and public sectors, former heads of states, royal fathers, and captain of industry. President Muhammad Buhari is presented by the Secretary to the Government of the Federation, Boss Mustafa. They all describe the book as a collector's item.
The key areas that demand our passion are the preservation of our languages and the teaching of our history in schools. this should not be compromised.
I consider the book an aesthetic masterpiece and a treasure trove of an unequaled insight into the history of the great Benin Kingdom.
We must preserve our history. We must tell the world what our history is, not for others to tell us what our history is.
I believe that just like your predecessor brought a lot of creativity and innovation to this kingdom and protected the people and advanced the interests of the people, you will even know more than him.
I feel truly lucky as a governor, having a person of His Royal Majesty guide me.
It's important that we document our history, because if we don't know our past, we can't appreciate who we are.
For us in television, it's going to be a wonderful resource material.
I encourage His Majesty for putting on time to gather all the information that make out the book.
This is a great stride, trying to put the record straight so that the people know where they are coming from.
The book reviewer also recommends it to all.
This publication will contribute to SMART's initiative in encouraging the world to see these iconic artworks restored to their original context.
Containing 441 iconic images, 18 scholars on Benin history from within and outside Nigeria contributed to the work.
This is the first book that has text illustrated with images.
For an event taking place at the seat of culture, display of it was abundant. The coronation anniversary coincides with the monarch's birthday anniversary.
Happy birthday, Nigerian. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, Nigerian.
The traditional groundbreaking of a satellite town, a concept of the Oba expected to facilitate youth empowerment in Edo State, was later done at the site.
Congratulations to the Omonoba, and may his reign be long and peaceful. Two families became one when their son and daughter brought members to AK Udi local government area of Enugu State to celebrate their traditional wedding in line with the Igbo custom. The lovely bride is first daughter to the Director General of Voice of Nigeria, Osita Okechukwu. Let's enjoy a summary put together by Beauty Egwobamia.
With the fulfillment of the traditional requirements by the groom's family came the bride in her splendor, who had to locate her better half with a cup of palm wine. Then came the bittersweet moment when the father of the bride, after nurturing his daughter with love, had to relinquish her to her new family, but not without prayers and words of advice. The traditional ceremony over, it was time for the socials, which had the trappings of a state function, as it was an endless list of the creme of Nigeria politicians, including the representative of the president, former governor of the state, Sullivan Chime, past and present ministers, APC governorship candidate Ayogu Eze, top government functionaries, APC state chairman Ben Wonye, and royal fathers from Enugu and Imo states. Other dignitaries are the Zonal Director, NTA Enugu Network Center, Benny Modi, Commissioner of Police Enugu State, Muhammad Danlami, as well as the management and staff, Vaughan, where the father of the bride is the Director General. The new Mr. and Mrs. Ezenwa, still basking in the euphoria of their new status in company of their bridal train, made this unforgettable entry into the reception venues. The couple welcomed their guests and also took to the dance floor in company of relations and friends. Of the couple said the day will forever remain indelible in their hearts.
I pray to God that Ada and Afo should live a prosperous and harmonious life.
I lost two sons. I've recovered one back today. Yes, I thank God.
Being good in life, I wish them that.
prosperity, in fact, anything that God can give them.
For the newlyweds, theirs is a marriage made in heaven.
Found solace and total peace where she is.
Caring and kind, and he has been with me for over 8 years now. We've been together. He's been like my rock through thick and thin.
Associates of the bride's father had words of felicitation for the lovebirds.
Always try to resolve their problems by themselves. Some marriage, more children.
The relationship, which culminated into marriage, started 8 years ago at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka, when the couple were undergraduates. The bride is a staff of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abuja, while her husband is a legal practitioner.
Congratulations to the new couple. All the best to them. The great poet Maya Angelou, it was who said, quote, "Love recognizes no barriers. It jumps hurdles, leaps fences, penetrates walls to arrive at its destination full of hope," unquote. This saying aptly captures the 9-year relationship journey of Richimwa Dimka and Oredu Iwo that culminated in a wedding at the Cathedral Church of St. Luke's, Jos.
Family, friends and colleagues in their numbers, gorgeously dressed in orange and gold, were at the Cathedral of St. Luke's to witness the coming together of the two lovebirds. Anglican Archbishop of Jos, Most Reverend Benjamin Kwashi, taking his text from Ephesians chapter 5, admonished the couple to be Christ-like in order to have a solid Christian home.
Building a home takes building materials, and this is the foundation of the building material. Building a life takes building materials too, and this is the foundation of building your life. Get rid of all bitterness. Get rid of the old life. Open your heart to the Lord Jesus Christ.
With the oath taking and exchange of rings over, the couple signed the dotted lines signifying their enrollment into the marriage institution. With the church engagements over, guests were then hosted at the beautifully decorated hall at the Eliel Center, where Plateau State Governor Simon Bako Lalong welcomed the couple into the world of marriage.
I stand here to congratulate you. Ours is about prayer. All is about prayer. Whatever was done, keep doing it, and your marriage will be the best.
The couple, who were visibly elated, thrilled their guests with their captivating dance steps.
From the time I saw her, we kind of had chemistry, and we had some understanding in our dealings. And gradually, we started out as friends, and now we are married.
He's loving, he's caring, he's God-fearing, and the fact that he sings, I love to sing too, so that makes the two of us.
Typical of every wedding, roadmaps to a successful marriage were handed down.
When we are in married life, we need to be constantly one another's brother and sister.
I pray that I will live to see my grandchildren. They should try to solve their problems themselves. They should be patient with each other. They should try to understand themselves very well and be each other's helper.
She will be a mother to our house. She will bring joy to us. She will be a mother who will fill our heart, not just with children, but children who fear God.
We're wishing them the very best of life, of married life, and it is our belief and prayer that they will be a blessing to others.
Guests were treated to a variety of cuisines and music.
And and Godspeed to them as they continue in their beautiful journey. A group of people exhibited their special abilities on stage before an audience that applauded their uniqueness. Ingino John Adams was among the crowd who watched the concert in Lagos.
This is Emeka Ikeji. He is not just an ordinary drummer. Something makes him unique. Can you guess? Emeka is blind and he has been doing this for over 2 decades now. To encourage many others like Emeka maximize their potentials, a visually impaired artist, Bob Martins, organized a concert titled The Reality in You.
We want to believe that the more we push ourselves out there for the world to see, it will help us to chisel the wrong idea that people have about people with disability.
The show brings to reality the saying that there is ability in disability, as some physically challenged persons displayed various skills to the admiration of the guests. Solomon Agofere, an athlete, has been challenged with cerebral palsy since birth.
I think the discrimination that we are disabled, that we are normal to them, all the time, I don't look at them, just God grace is just for us.
Me being complete, seeing them performing with their gifts, I think it's enough reason for me, with complete body and everything, to also serve God.
Why, it's a privilege. It's giving us honor. Way that is full, understand, to pray this God the more.
Mrs. Fumilayo Basi Mfong, who gave a word of exhortation, encouraged those living with disabilities not to consider their situation as a limitation.
Disability is not a thing to be taken as a form of failure.
Emeka, Bob, and Solomon may seem to be incomplete in one way or the other, but they see beyond their conditions. To them, this is just the starting point. Greater future awaits them.
Indeed, disability is a thing of the mind. Remarkable entertainers, all of them. Commercial tricycles, otherwise called keke napep or keke marwa, have become major carriers when it comes to mobility in big and small cities across Nigeria. Although acceptability was slow in coming, we can boldly say that passengers cut across all strata of society. Rich, the not so rich, and the presumed poor do not hesitate to take a ride for a little token. Mohammed Abdul Kadri caught a ride too. Check this out.
Unlike the banned commercial motorcycle operations in part of Lagos State, in the case of Marwa, they are found virtually everywhere in the metropolis. However, the issue is it can be boarded anywhere by anybody. Let me have a feel of what it takes to board one. Please come along with me. Keke napep is not new in Nigeria and to Nigerians as an alternative national means of land transportation. The densely populated Lagos State with over 18 million population and its characteristic daily traffic situation in the metropolis make the tricycle, also known as Keke Marwa, a preferred alternative.
I think it's good.
What makes it good?
Because it's small and it's fast. It's small and it's fast. Because of road you can use to escape.
Keke is safer, it's more comfortable. I'm able to sit comfortable with Keke. I think I just love it.
These days, this mode of transportation being discriminated against in the past by the affluents is no longer so.
Sometimes their cars spoil, their wife, their children, they enter as well. These people are entering Marwa. They prefer Marwa than Okada.
Interestingly, the toiling masses now share the small cubicle space in Keke Napep with corporate passengers.
Yeah, well, anytime I come to Nigeria, I do enter Keke Napep because it's the easier way to move in Lagos.
The rising profile and patronage of tricycle in Lagos State, according to the operators, is translating into what is described as bumper affest to corporate, dignified and distinguished passengers of Keke Napep. There is nothing to be ashamed of. After all, man must move.
I was coming to Obalene and I bought a Marwa, so there's no big deal in that.
This trend of more patronage across board at affordable fare of between 50 to 100 naira or 1,000 naira for charter has made the cost of purchase to go up. 5 years down the line, as Keke Napep operator Endurance, who just bought a new one, says Keke Marwa is a serious business in the transport sector, regardless of state, status, and sex, pointing out that it is giving job to the jobless and the unskilled youths.
If there is rain or there is no job, they prefer taking Keke, just take it to the estate. So like that, they prefer it.
In fact, it's one major carrier that its operators are said to be notorious for breaking traffic rules. Some respondents say it is prone to accident and decried its being used by hijackers and criminal elements perpetuating one chance.
Boarding Keke Marwa can be very interesting, but my advice is that when next you are boarding Keke Marwa, make sure that you don't get too carried away by the side attraction and all the funds. This is because you must shine your eyes.
Keke is very flexible and can meander through bad traffic. Best bet when you are running against time. It's that time again to go on a break. Stay on the line.
Hate speech is not a joke. It incites genocide and crimes against humanity. Most of Africa's civil wars are caused by hate speech from one tribe against another. We don't want it here. The Nigerian government stands firm against hate speech.
Under no conditions whatsoever should we tolerate or excuse or justify hate speech or hateful conduct of any kind, especially where such is illegal.
There's no doubt that the resurgent push for separatism, as well as the rising cases of ethnic and religious disharmony, are all traceable to the growing phenomenon of hate speech.
One nation bound in freedom, peace and unity.
Nigeria, one nation, one people.
This is a public service announcement brought to you by NTA.
I need a product that I can really trust to restore my skin's natural glow. Nivea Natural Fairness Body Lotion containing unique berry extracts and UV protection to restore your natural glow and care for your skin.
Hello, here to pick up your sister? Mommy? Wow, such beautiful glowing skin.
Reveal your natural glow with Natural Fairness Body Lotion from Nivea.
Can your milk do this?
Can your milk do this? Mine can.
With Hollandia evaporated milk, your ice cream, custards, and variations of beverages taste pleasantly different. Hollandia evaporated milk. Life tastes different.
From the House of Cheese.
Your favorite Maggi star now wears a new look. Its great taste and quality still remain the same. With Maggi, every woman is a star.
This is
my first experience riding this train. I've heard about it so much all around the city.
Actually, I'm surprised that such a development is coming to us.
I was impressed, so neat, and actually you can compare with any type of train, you know, all over the world.
I could not imagine that I'll be going from Edo straight to the airport by train.
And the environment is so clean, and the ACs are cool.
I want to commend federal government for the initiative to provide these train services.
And I wish to laud the administration of President Muhammadu Buhari in seeing that this project is a reality.
Please get ready to alight on the right side of the train. Thank you.
These days, people get their news and information from more media sources than ever before. Some of the news and information given are fake, unverified, doctored, and manufactured to create confusion, stir disaffection, and cause disunity. Before you believe or share any news, ask yourself, is this real? Is it from a credible source? Is it verified or verifiable? Fake news is dangerous. Whether you do it for fun or for political gains, real people can get hurt. Fake news, don't create it, don't spread it.
This is a public service announcement from NTA.
Two weeks ago, raising awareness about the rights of the girl child intensified in most countries of the world because of the International Day of the Girl Child. The theme has always bordered on giving the girl child same opportunities as her male counterparts. Annie Daniels, however, reports that the mindset of many Nigerians remains that a male child is superior, come what may. Take a listen.
People get married. Naturally, they look forward to procreation. Every prospective parent expects to bear strong and healthy babies. But there are many who cannot deny that they have sex preference. It is no secret that in Nigeria, there is strong preference for male children.
In my own Benin, if you don't born boy for your husband, you have nothing there.
As Igbo man, I prefer boy.
We believe that a female is male to be given out. And when a female is given out, you represent the family of your husband.
So, what does it mean if a couple does not have a male child?
If I don't have a male child, I will not be happy.
It's the relations of the man that bother so much, and they frustrate the woman. So many of them now go ahead to do whatever they can to have male children.
With this kind of mindset, does it mean that female children bear no importance to their families?
In the boardrooms we're there. Where is it that you don't have women?
The woman is multitask from birth.
This respondent, a custodian of the Igbo culture and tradition, says there are so many things tradition forbids a woman from doing.
Certain decisions are taken against the laboring community. She doesn't have to be there.
Are you surprised at that? Then hear this.
If a man has 20 wives and 50 female children and no male amongst them, amongst all his children, he is not yet a full man in the community.
Some respondents who declined to speak on camera say they can do anything to have a male child.
If my husband insists that he wants boys, as far as I have girls, I will still
I'll still keep on giving him children just to keep my marriage.
With all the reasons proffered for the preference of male children, will it be okay for a female child to remain unmarried so that she can continue to bear her father's name? Because most men blame their wives for bearing only female children, Newsline had to ask, between the man and the woman, who determines the sex of a baby?
The man has an XY chromosome, while the woman has an XX. And you need 2 chromosomes. It could be either XX or XY. So it's that contribution from the man that determines whether the child will be a boy or a girl.
Now we know. Despite the huge preference for male children in Nigeria, there are those who say that it is a blessing to have children at all, whether male or female, but it is better to have female children than a male child who ends up an armed robber, a ritualist, a fraudster, or a drunk, and so on, bringing shame and disgrace on the family name.
Girls are just as special as boys. They deserve equal attention and love. Now, let's talk about the dreaded big C. I mean cancer. Cervical cancer, to be precise. Yes, out of superstition, many Nigerians would rather not hear or talk about it. But the information we're about to provide on it could very well save the lives of thousands of Nigerian women. Joy Ken Abakoya takes it from here.
Cervical cancer is the most common genital cancer. It occurs when abnormal cells on the cervix grow out of control. Statistics show that the disease is one of the leading causes of death among the female population globally. In Nigeria, for instance, 14,000 women are diagnosed with cervical cancer yearly, while 26 women die every day from the disease. Causes and risk factors for the disease, experts say, include human papilloma virus infection, having multiple sexual partners, and engaging in early sexual activity.
The cause of cervical cancer still remains chronic infection with human papilloma virus. This virus is commonly transmitted through sex. Every sexually active woman is at risk of cervical cancer.
Other causes are smoking and the use of excessive birth control pills. Like other cancers, cervical cancer rarely shows signs at an early stage, but experts listed abnormal bleeding, increased vaginal discharge, pain during sex, and pelvic pain as some recognized symptoms.
The commonest symptom is abnormal vaginal bleeding. It is normal for a woman to menstruate. It is abnormal for her to menstruate in between her periods. It is abnormal to bleed after menopause. It's abnormal to bleed after sex.
Vaccination against human papilloma virus, which is available for girls, is said to be an effective preventive measure against cervical cancer.
It's important to note that it can be prevented 99% of times. We can have a generation free from cervical cancer if people are adopting safe sexual habits. Young girls are being vaccinated, women are going for their pap smear screenings regularly, and if there's a lesion detected on pap smear, then appropriate intervention should be done to prevent the lesion from becoming cancer.
Experts say early detection through constant screening is key, as the disease can be cured if discovered early.
Cervical cancer can be cured, managed, and prevented. Take notes. We'll take another break now. Newsline returns shortly.
Nigerians. Suicide bombers are not spirits. They are not ghosts. They are human beings like you and me. They live amongst us. They are your neighbors. They are your friends today, but terrorists tomorrow. So you must know your neighbor now. Security begins with you and me. Know your neighbor. Be vigilant. Be security conscious. Report suspicious persons, objects, and movements to the police and other security agencies. The security of our nation is a duty for you and me.
If you see something, say something. Nigeria, unite against terrorism. This message is brought to you by the Federal Ministry of Information and Culture.
Let's jump into the arena right now with sports. The recently concluded National Youth Sports Game, which held in Ilorin, Kwara State, produced sporting stars capable of winning international laurels in the future. But beyond the scope of regular sports, other talents were on display. Kehinde Lamidi is set to reveal the uncommon skills exhibited outside the arena.
Since its inception, the opening and closing ceremonies of the National Youth Games have always come with various artists and calisthenics spicing up the sporting event. That therefore takes the discoveries of talents beyond sports alone. This year, the new budding talents are discovered through the display of their skills. Same goes to these artists who are relatively unknown, but after their performances at the fiesta became stars. The latest one is this teenager, David Oba, aka Lee David, a rapper who had the athletes and officials spellbound with his style of music.
For this life, if that's never win. If you want to be the best, you have to different from the rest. That's how you lay your bed, that's how you lie your knees. Right from there, I like music. So when I'm listening to music, I get inspiration. So I now decided to start my own.
This captivating performance caught the fancy of spectators, including Minister of Sports and Youth Development, Solomon Dalung. That moment of performance proved to be a life-changing one, as the minister promised to assist the 12-year-old rapper who says fast is his mentor to develop his talents.
I only encourage him in view of the very huge talent deposit he displayed.
Mother of Lee David, who has apparently nurtured hopes in her son, says he started exhibiting the trait at a tender age in her shop in Abuja.
When he comes, he will start to entertain my customers. I say, wow. When I stop him, some people start to go out from my shop. They don't used to come again. So I now leave him. The boy is really good. He's really trying.
The upcoming rapper said he's set to release an album for his teamy fans.
I do things, Georgia, I know they rush. Anything you rush in, they go still rush out. When I drop my flows, they did like bomb blast. I pursue my money, like they pursue rats. If you want my money or you pay me big, I don't joke with my dough because it's all about ego.
It was not a show of Lee David alone. Check out this newly discovered drummer doing the stuff with the locals from Ilorin. The obviously fulfilled organizers say future events promise to be more revealing as long as they get the support of stakeholders.
Thanks for that interesting one, Kehinde. At the dawn of Nigeria's independence, an erudite scholar champions the cause of educating his people through the establishment of institutions of learning. It's no wonder when he passed on at 96, thousands showed up to bid him farewell at his country home in Awomama in Olu East local government area of Imo State. Kate Osunwa has highlights of the burial ceremony of Dr. Benjamin Zuku Nzeribe, the Ekweme of Olu.
The burial ceremony turned out to be a celebration of life of a visionary leader who, through his sense of generosity, liberated the poor, the abandoned, and the marginalized, as well as fishing out genesis within his reach through enormous capacity building. Preaching as the funeral mass, Reverend Father Charles Ojako, alongside Catholic Bishop of Olu, Most Reverend Augustine Ukwoma, and the Bishop Emeritus Gregory Ochiaga, highlighted that Chief Benjamin Nzeribe's humanitarian services were extended to the church, an act worthy of emulation. The body of the late nationalist was later committed to Mother Earth amidst prayers and burial rituals. Children of the deceased eulogized their late father as a hero.
Equipment has left this world in a better shape than he found it.
He was a man who left something everywhere he passed through.
My father, a great man, in love with the poor,
the impoverished. A doctor of agricultural economics, Deputy Speaker, Federal House of Representatives in the First Republic, late Chief Zeribe, returned to Nigeria after studies in USA at dawn of independence and established a health clinic, which is the present-day Our Mama Hospital. Other developments because of him include Our Mama Grammar School, business and administrative institutions, in addition to scholarship scheme, which in turn produced technocrats in Nigerian government and beyond.
A very, very important politician.
Different groups paid their last honor to the departed hero as an in-law, a traditional title holder, an irreplaceable warrior among others.
He so rest in peace. Amen. That's Newsline this week. Make sure to keep a date with us next week. And our own David Letterman is in the studio. He's laughing. You're David Letterman of Nigeria. Don't you know that?
How are you?
I'm doing great.
Okay, beautiful stories. The one about the male child syndrome.
Yes.
The one that, because I'm born after 7 girls.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, and it did happen in my own home.
Were you spoiled?
The girls made me work.
And you turned out okay. Just as well.
Have a great week.
Do have a productive week. Good night and God bless Nigeria.